It's one of those days. What's up, you guys? I popped the live stream up, and then I actually went to go to the bathroom, and I came back and I realized that there's people already waiting, and I hadn't even posted it public yet. So Iggy. Back and I realized that there's people already waiting, and I hadn't even posted it public yet. So Iggy. Back and I realized that we'll pause mine because nobody needs to hear mine. 1 sec. Oh, always so unorganized. So Iggy, if you're watching, have fun out there kayaking. Pretty cool that you watching my live stream while you're kayaking. That's pretty rad. So yeah, I was gonna upload a video today, but I ended up filming a big video today, which took me a lot longer than I thought. And well, I had to make the choice. Do I spend 2 or 3 hours to edit a video and post one, or do I just turn it live and we can drink beers together? Drinking beers? Sounds good to me. All right. A question, am I still a mountain biker? Deep in my heart, I am. I sold my mountain bike when I first moved into my van. I tried to build around my mountain bike, but the problem is I didn't want to leave like a $3,500 mountain bike in the back of the van. So I ended up just selling it. It actually got me out of debt. So I'm going to say no to that, I guess. Because I think if I were to get on a mountain bike right now, I'd probably be out of wind in like 2 damn seconds. Aw, Kim Jones, thank you so much for the super chat. Love the sticker. So awesome. Will you ever come to the States? Still yet to this day, my biggest question on my channel. The answer to that is not right now. Anyway, man, so we're sitting here on the property at Ray Outfitted. My phone's charging right now. What I'm hoping to do is, because I'm live streaming from my cell phone, so I'm hoping this connection's okay, because my cell reception on the property here is a little bit on the spotty side. But once my cell phone has gained a bit more of a charge, I'm gonna actually take my camera with me. We're gonna go into the shop and we'll show you guys around here live. So right now, Madison is inside their camper van creating our Vancity Van Life brand new website. She's working on it now, so we'll hopefully pop in there and bother her while she's busy away working on that. And maybe we'll go in the shop and see what Rainer's doing. And there's another van lifer that's been living on the property here while his van's being built, and that's John. He's been in a few videos of mine. Maybe we'll go and bug him, and maybe he'll say hi to you guys too. So I guess if some people have had some questions about, hey, who's that guy? Who's the guy in the one wheel? That's John. On Instagram as Yukon Van. All right, so all I need you guys to do right now is to grab your beers and just grab your drinks, because it's that kind of day. It's Sunday, I'm not going anywhere, so hopefully you guys are at home and not driving right now. Grab a drink, grab a coffee, grab a tea, grab a wine, grab a beer, grab a cooler, grab a bottle of tequila, whatever your thing is, because we're about to have a live stream, baby. Honestly, I've been working my butt off all morning today. Whoa. All right, alrighty, here we go. So anybody who made my last live stream, which was last week, if you want to know how my back is doing, that's not bad. I wouldn't want to do jumping jacks, but it's not bad. It's getting better for sure. Oh, Tiny Duck says 10:30 a.m. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm 3 hours ahead from Vancouver, so it's 1, 12, 10. Oh shit, it's only 10:35. Never mind, guys. Don't crack the beer if it's only 10:35, because that's usually where problems start. Usually. I've had beer before 10:45, just saying. But that's where things start. Tiny Ducks is in Vancouver. Yeah, I get it. It was so funny because I felt kind of rushed to do this live stream today. If I would have remembered that a majority of the world is like either the same time as here or they're 3 hours behind here, except for my Australian folks. You're all on like a different day probably. Can't pronounce your name, but you can buy an awning for my van. I have an awning on my van. I have a 2.5 meter or 8 feet, whatever that works out to be, awning on the side of my van. I do have a big one. What's dating like in the van? Fun. There's a good answer for that one. "1935 in Norway. You must be on that military time. I don't understand that military time stuff." I've seen parking meters out here though. You get to some towns and the parking meters are like 1800 hours to whatever hours. And it confuses me all the time. AJ from Texada Island, super rad. I want to come out to Texada Island when I get back to Vancouver. So I'll probably be back in Vancouver for a little while, but I think I want to make a little bit of an adventure trip out to Texada and stuff like that. Depending on what COVID's like, maybe you can email me, let me know what that's all like over there for you guys and people traveling on the ferry. But Texada Island is definitely one that I'd love to come over and spend some time on over the winter for sure. Because I'm back in Vancouver for the entire winter. I'll be back probably November, December, January, February, March before we adventure back off again. Oh, Powell River. Woohoo! Sorry, hold on. Thought I heard barking, but CRUZ is passed out sleeping right beside my van. Is Madison spoiling CRUZ? Yes, absolutely everybody here on the property is spoiling CRUZ to a million pieces and back. He's been cleaning everybody's dinner plates every night and yeah, just a rock star. How's Danica? She's doing pretty good. Her and I were talking just the other night. She's being a teenager, you know, teenager things, right? Ever think of going to Hudson Bay? Where's Hudson Bay? That's in Canada, isn't it? I don't even know. That's a good question. I don't even know. Anybody know where Hudson Bay is? Nobody's listening to me, so sorry. All right, guys, we're gonna skip back here and grab some of these questions that I've missed. So live streams for me are a really great way for me to get content out and answer your guys' questions, because I know not all the time I'm really active in the comments. So this is a great place for you guys to just throw them at me. Throw them at me and I'll do the best I can to grab whatever questions I can. Do you wish you had a high top? Yes, that comes up in every single live stream. Absolutely, I do wish. Would I ever trade my van in right now for a high top? Depending on the van. I love my van, and having a low roof is not a deal breaker. Van Vita Travels, hi, how are you? I got your emails. I've got them. I'll message you when it comes to me heading back that way. As of right now, my prime focus is just here. So I'll get back to you about doing a van tour with you once I start traveling through, or leaving here, which probably won't be till October. I'll be in Ontario till at least beginning of week of October anyway. Mark W, man, thanks for the super chat. V Lightning. That's a good question. Hold on a second. We're going to go answer that question. So I'm going to miss some of your guys' chats here. So V Lightning asks, where to go here? Uh-oh, I lost it. V Lightning, regular RV batteries or lithium? So we happen to be on the property at a professional van build company. So why don't we just go ask them that question? Hold on. We're going to flip you guys around.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Madison. What are you working on?
I'm working on your website.
Somebody has a question. Someone says regular RV batteries or lithium. What's your opinion? I'm guessing regular RV batteries. I'm guessing they're asking about the usual either AGMs or...
Yeah, so like the short answer would be lead acid batteries need to be outside your vehicle or vented, because when they're charging, they off gas. So lots of RVs come with these lead acid batteries, and so you want to be really careful because if that's inside your vehicle. When you smell rotting eggs coming from your batteries, that's the sulfur. Don't do that to your van.
Or from you. I smell like rotting eggs sometimes. If it's not me, CRUZ smells like rotting eggs a lot. Okay, sorry to interrupt you. Back to the professional question.
So lead acid batteries, exercise caution. AGM batteries, any sealed battery, those are popular for their price point. Lithium batteries by a landslide win on the terms of lifespan, usability, size, weight, everything. But the one thing lithium batteries lose at is the price point. You're basically paying twice as much money as with the AGM. So for those doing their initial startup with an investment requirement, it can be easier to start with AGM. We started with AGM, and a year in, we were getting rid of them because they were near end of lifespan with how much we use our van. Our lithium batteries have a 10-year replacement warranty. So while it was a big upgrade, we have a lot of confidence that that might be the last time we buy them.
Okay, you can go back to work now. So I have AGM batteries in my van, and I did start with a lead acid battery because it was cheap and I was broke when I first started van life. But now that I have the AGMs, my next step upgrade would probably be the lithiums. Hold on, let me flip the camera on. I need to see what we're doing here. There we go. But my next step would probably be a lithium battery. And I've learned a lot while being here at Ray Outfitted when it comes to lithium batteries. So they sell a lot of Battleborn products here, but they also have a new Victron battery here. So the Battleborns are 100 amp hours or whatever they are, lithium, and the Victron makes one in the same size as the Battleborn that's 200 amp hours in the same size. So in my two little battery compartments, I have a compartment for two batteries, which are AGMs right now. You could put two Victrons, which they're expensive. They're like just about 2,000 bucks a piece Canadian. You could put 400 amp hours in the spot of two batteries, which is pretty damn cool. All right, guys, now that we're back to my computer right here, I can skip back to the chats because on my phone, I can barely see those little ones here. So we're gonna catch up on some, Jenny, welcome to the YouTube memberships. Sharon, thanks for the super chat and the beers. Cheers to that. I'll happily spend that money on beer, no problem at all. Terra Nova, thanks for the super chat. I may not drink, but all your videos of ice cream bars and popsicles and the new fridge made me stock up on my own. Perfect. I actually was looking for an ice cream sandwich this morning and I ate all mine. So I gotta go make a run. Sean, thanks for the birthday present, Sean. That's pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully what Madison said answered your question about batteries. That's the great thing about doing live streams when I'm in a place like this is I've got them in there to kind of help things out. So yeah, I don't know if you caught me mentioning it in a video the other day, but Madison's working on a Vancity Van Life website to just put everything in one place. So all of my links, all of my products, pretty much like I'll probably do like a frequent asked questions little section. So it's like all the basic stuff everybody needs to know about my van life and my starting journey. I'm hoping to put all in one place on there. And I'm stoked that she's working on it. Madison, if you're watching this, stop watching my video and go back to work. I'm kidding, Madison. I bring you a beer, but you can't have beer. Madison's got a thing with the gluten thing. I don't know. Gluten. It's good for you. All right. Susan, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the love, too. David from More Hot Pockets. Thanks, man. Ramona. I love your name, by the way. Ramona is a rad name. Thanks for the love. How did I learn about video editing, and what would you suggest to start with coming from someone who's barely done any? Honestly, if you're new to all this stuff, how did I start? I started by just experimenting and playing around, period. That's the only way to do it. The only way to do those kind of things is to self-teach yourself. There's so much stuff on YouTube right now, so much content and ways for people to learn things, and you can YouTube anything and learn pretty much any skill you could ever want. So when it comes to video editing, choose the free ones first. So go find some free ones, whether it be on your cell phone and you're choosing like a free app on the App Store, or if you're an Apple user, you have access to iMovie for free. Use those kind of things though, because if you're gonna get started, those free ones will let you know if video editing is gonna be something you're gonna continue. Does that make sense? So yeah, I learned on my own. It's been a seriously fun process, but I think a lot of times that school aspect of it is better to learn on your own. Matt Vanner, what's up, man? Nice to see you in the live stream, bro. Whew, that's a good question. Annette, hi Annette, how are you doing? Oh, that's such a good question. I don't even know how to answer that one. Hold on, I lost the question. Annette from South Africa, what's up? So what's my favorite upgrade I've ever made in my van? I don't know. Tell you what, let's go back and revisit that question once I get done with everything out here in Ontario. Because we're making some pretty big upgrades out here. A spare tire on the back door, onboard air compressor. The sound system I bought many months ago is going to be mounted inside the van. So I'm really not too sure yet because, okay, as of right now in this very moment, the best upgrade I've done to my van, only because I'm standing right in front of it, has been my fridge freezer combination. If you would ask me a month ago, I would have told you something else, but as of right now, this fridge freezer has been, it's brand new, it's fancy, it's exciting because I can get ice cream and stuff, but as of right now, my fridge freezer is probably my favorite upgrade so far. But mind you, if you would have asked me last year, it would have been my van build. And if you would have asked me 6 months ago, it would have been my solar. You always get excited about new things. Excuse me, Anthony. Thanks for the love. Please buy Madison some gluten-free beer. Is there such thing as gluten-free beer? I don't think beer would be beer without hops and all those things. Isn't there gluten and hops? I don't know. Tracy, thanks for promoting Patreon. That's pretty rad of you. Oh yeah, the tire upgrade. That's a good one to bring up. I was pretty stoked about the tire upgrade. Oh, that was a big one. And right now they're not very exciting because it's all like dirty and gross, but as soon as I wash it and all the little shininess comes out, I get stoked on them. But yeah, the tire and the wheel upgrade was definitely a pretty rad one. So what's happening now with all of my upgrades that I'm making is that everything I'm adding to my van now is such a big upgrade. So over the years, I've made all my tiny little affordable upgrades when I didn't have much money. Like when I was still in debt and I'm still trying to buy little tiny things that made my life better. But now we're at the point in the van where I'm just polishing it off. I'm doing all the last final big projects that I've dreamt about my entire van life. You know, like dreaming about the big dry air heaters, the big wheels and the ladder and the rooftop storage and all that stuff is what we've been doing in the last 6 or 8 months of my channel, is making the big upgrades we've always dreamed about. So if you are getting into van life, just know starting is way cheaper than finishing your van. Just saying. Because when I started, my camera, I'm gonna adjust it a bit. When I started and all you had to do was buy like $20 LED lights or $20 this and $50 that and $100 this, it's easy to build up all those little things as you can afford it. So as money comes in, you spend a couple hundred here this week, and then maybe a few weeks later you spend a few hundred there. But once your van gets fully just about done, upgrades begin to be rims and tires, couple grand. You know what I mean? Rooftop storage, and then ladders and dry air heaters, fridges and things like that. You know what I mean? I find it right now, what I'm doing in my van is I'm adding the luxuries that I've dreamt about. And you know me, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know I was big on telling you guys, you don't need all these big things to start van life, and you don't. You don't need big fancy rims, you don't need a fridge, you don't need solar or a roof rack or anything crazy. You don't. You need a van and a bed. But 3 years into your van life, things will change. You will change as financial situations change and you start to settle into this life more. You start adding the luxuries. Some people start off with luxuries, and high five to you guys for jumping in with all the good stuff. I didn't. I pretty much just rolled out with the basics forever. And I kicked and screamed a bit at the beginning. how do I word this? I kicked and screamed when it comes to, you don't need a fridge, you don't need this, only because it was way out of my price range. Because it was so far beyond what I could afford, I didn't understand it, and I didn't understand why you needed it. Because I was living in it without it. But when you start upgrading your power in your van, and you start to have like 2 batteries to pull power from, the more power you add to your van, the more power items you're gonna add. And that's true. So if you have like 200 amp hours of available power, you're gonna end up over time slowly adding 200 amp hours of available stuff, just sucking from those batteries. So what I have found is that the bigger my systems get, the bigger my power needs get. So I lived a year in my van with nothing. Like I was literally charging off of my cigarette lighter on my dashboard while I drove. I didn't do anything else other than that. Anyway, I haven't looked at the chats at all, so sorry you guys. How do I get people, Charles asked, how do I get people to sponsor me? If you're talking about some of the advertising things you see me putting in videos, like a video coming up in a couple days will be another Surfshark advertisement, they reach out to me. And honestly, guys, some people kick and scream about, oh, I hate watching advertisements in your video. They pay well. $500 USD for 60 seconds. That's why us YouTubers take on things like that, because it's hard not to. But I honestly, I'm working with 2 companies right now. One company, Jackery, they've been with me forever, and you'll always hear about Jackery every single month in my videos because I love those guys. But advertising, I literally say no to probably 5 different advertisers every week. I could advertise on every video. That's how many people reach out and want to just give us money to say their name. But I say no to tons of them, and a lot of YouTubers do the same thing. But they reach out. The bigger your channel gets, the more and more and more people are going to reach out and want to advertise with you guys. Sorry, I don't know why I'm fiddling with my camera today. Curtis, thanks for bringing this up. So Curtis asked me, do I like having access to my fridge on the outside? So my fridge is right here. My phone's charging right now, so we're moving around a little bit. So my fridge is right there. Access from the back door only. It's all personal preference. If you're a big cook, someone who's always accessing the fridge, having inside access and maybe putting this inside your build somewhere would have been a better option. I am no cook. I am outside my van all the time in the rain. I don't care what the weather's like. If I have to run around outside and grab a few things for dinner and then go back in, it's not a deal breaker for me. But a lot of people on my channel were like, I can't believe your fridge is accessed from the outside only. I could flip it around. I could literally, all I have to do is flip it around. And then it would be inside access only. It's not like it's like a huge deal. Here, let me undo you guys here. So my fridge is there. Once this all gets rebuilt, this will be bracketed in with proper brackets. But it's no deal breaker for me to open this up and get to my stuff from behind. But all it would take was me just rotate it. Then it would be 100% inside access only. But I think it would be a bigger pain in my butt if I ever wanted to get into my fridge. I had to climb over my bed to get way back there to get it. Sorry, I didn't make my bed today. I didn't think you guys would be coming over. But yeah, I honestly enjoy the rear door access. Because if you guys see any of my videos, my doors are always open, right? And to come around and grab stuff for dinner is not a big deal. But it's my van, right? What you guys do with your van is a completely different situation. You guys might be a mandatory fridge inside by the stove. That's your thing. This is how I like my van. This is how my van has been forever. I used to have a cooler right here in the same spot that had rear access only. I could reach over the other cooler and get into it though. And I only did that on live streams if I were to ever grab a beer sometimes. But the way I look at it, I probably don't need the beer that bad. I think I said that in the last live stream that we did. Just saw the fridge on another channel, same size, but double hinge, opens either side. Huh. Yeah, there's no double hinge on this one. I think if you would have to do it that way, it would have to be, because if you double hinge it, then one side would be secured. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. Maybe we could Jimmy rig mine one day and change it so we can have some rear access or front access. It's not a deal breaker. I love it, man. It's great. Like, I've never complained about my fridge. Did you ever hear me, sorry, my cooler. Did you ever hear me complain about having my cooler access from the back only? Never. Bed making is senseless. I like the sound of that. I always make my bed because my bed is always in my videos. But recently, since I've been here, you know, I know my van is about to get demolished inside. I know we're about to rip my bed frame to pieces and redo the whole thing a little bit better. So I've kind of just kicked the bucket on cleaning my van and and making my bed, because I know it's going to get completely dusty and dirty once this thing goes over to Andy's shop. Have I ever considered about getting a pop-up shower booth or tent? Absolutely not. The only reason why I've never thought about that is because if I want to have a shower, I'm on somebody's property right now. This isn't the backcountry. If I want to have a shower and I'm in the backcountry, I just literally strip down buck naked and have myself a shower. There's no reason to have an overall tent, but a little thing here, just so you guys have probably seen this before, but you can buy a shower curtain, put magnets on the outside of this door, run the shower curtain across, magnet it to this door, and stand inside here. No need to buy a pop-up tent or a fold-up this or anything like that. You could do it right here and just block this back thing from anybody seeing. I've seen that before. I don't care. I'm just gonna do it naked. It works for me. But most of my gyms around have been open, so I haven't really needed to use my camp shower as often. John, thanks for the super chat. Does your fridge give off heat? Not that I've really noticed, but yeah, of course it's gonna give off heat because the compressor and stuff inside is gonna give off heat, but nothing that you would ever notice. And I could use a little heat in the back of my van in the winter anyway, so if it does give off a little bit, then hey, perfect. Because in the back side of my van here is a bit of a cold spot by the back door. Because last year I had my Wave 3 heater, which was in the front, which meant the whole back side of my van from like the middle of my bed to the back door was always super cold. I didn't mind. I don't mind the cold. I prefer a cold night versus a hot night in the van anyway. But yeah, I don't think the fridge puts off enough heat that it's an issue. Curtis, any beer sponsors? No, but I really wish. So Sawdust Brewing Company. Was that Sawdust? Sawdust City Brewing Company in Ontario. If you want to sponsor my channel, I'll happily take some beer. So will the guys at Ray Outfitted. That video is coming up, guys. We went out and bought a whole ton of beer from this place. Like flats of them. That video's up in, I think that's tomorrow's video actually. Pretty fun. Tracy, I appreciate you really pushing the Patreon. Yeah, I've been trying to get to 1,000 people on Patreon for a long time. We're getting there. We're at like 930 people, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. Where did I get all, Douglas, good question. Where did I get all the cool woodwork in your van with all the cool holes? So my van, all the woodworking was done at Happy Camper Kits, K-I-T-S, on Instagram. Happy Camper Kits on Instagram. He's a guy from Ontario. He'll be in some videos coming up in the next few weeks or so. He's on vacation right now, but when he gets back, sometime in September, we're gonna start working on my van, redoing my underbed storage, and probably putting a huge drawer slide out on the back of my van, like a 4-foot long drawer that comes out. It's gonna be exciting. But yeah, if you're looking for him, he's Happy Camper Kits on Instagram. Why did I call CRUZ? That's a good question. I called CRUZ because we're cruising around in the van, and it just kind of made sense that if me and him are just always on the cruise, that he would be CRUZ. Does that make any sense? Yeah, that's why we named him that. I thought about tons of different names because me being a career DJ my whole life, I thought about naming him Rave because I'm a big electronic music guy. So I thought about calling him like Rave or something like that. But yeah, CRUZ ended up being the one that just fit him. As soon as I seen his face, I'm like, oh yeah, CRUZ, that's it. Can I get 2 weeks of groceries inside of my cooler? Possibly, depends on what you're cooking. But because a quarter of my cooler is set up as a freezer, you could start storing things that are freezable, like me in my freezer right now. I have some meat products, and I've got like little chimichangas that just warm up. I've got some, I normally would call them microwave pizzas, but they're pizzas I cook on my cast iron pan. But I got some frozen pizzas and stuff like that. So yeah, you could probably squeeze a couple weeks worth of food in here for sure. Like this is a 65 liter. It's actually really, really, really big. V Lightning asks, would you suggest belonging to several gyms, going full time? V Lighting, that's actually something I've actually thought about. It's not something I've ever done because I belong to Anytime Fitness, and there's literally an Anytime Fitness in just about every decent sized town here in Canada. I'm not sure what it's like in the USA, but I know here there is a ton of them. But as soon as you hit the eastern side of Canada, like as soon as you hit Quebec or Montreal, yeah, Montreal. From Montreal forward, like Montreal, New Brunswick, and I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. I live in this country, I'm drawing a blank. But so we'll say this, we'll say Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia, all that stuff out there doesn't really have any Anytime Fitnesses. So when I traveled through Canada last year, I found Montreal was my very last Anytime Fitness. After that, I was SOL. No showers at all. But there was a few other chain gyms out there that I noticed that are on the eastern side of Canada. But would I pay for a gym membership at both of them? No. But it has crossed my mind. Because a lot of times when you hit those towns that don't have your gym, they have a rec center. Go pay $2, $3, $5 at the rec center and have yourself a shower. Sometimes it's easier to go spend that $2, $3, or $5 at a community pool than it is to pay $50 a month or $20, $30 a month, wherever you're from, on a gym membership that you only use very seldom. But I enjoy my gym membership. I know people that are members at Planet Fitness and really like Planet Fitness because their areas have a lot of those ones. On my side of Canada, which is in BC, we have Planet Fitness. They're just not as readily available as Anytime Fitness. So some of the towns, like Vancouver has 3 Anytime Fitness locations and 1 Planet Fitness. You know what I mean? So I have 3 different sides of town that I can shower at, or only 1 side of town to shower at with the Planet Fitness. I think there's only 1. Don't hold me on that one. But yeah, would I pay for 2 of them? Probably not. Chrome, have you ever thought about DJing live on Twitch? Yes, but no. I don't want the obligation. It's really hard to produce 7-day-a-week videos on here, plus keeping up with all the social media, emails, Patreon, YouTube memberships, and everything else, and Instagram, and Facebook, and it's a ton for one single standing human being. Insane. So the thought of me scheduling a live stream on Twitch just stresses me out. So my DJ moments, I always take for myself. It's headphones on, it's just me and my music, and my escape from producing van life content. So here's something you guys may not think about. A very big downside to van life, and I don't want to make this sound bad, but a downside to van life for a YouTuber is that on my day off, if I'm having a day off where I'm not uploading a video or anything like that, and I'm taking a day for me, when I run into people, run into subscribers or strangers or anybody, all they want to do is talk to me about my van. And because that's all I do is talk about my van, I never get a day off. Impossible. Completely impossible. Somebody always wants to talk about van life somewhere. And so my music side is very much my escape. It's always been my escape in my life. Even when I had my day job, being at the club 5 nights a week is what de-stressed me from that stupidity that I hated. And now that I've got 2 means of being creative, I feel like my life is so full. So I can be out here creating van life content and talking with you guys and sharing my experiences with you and just kind of hanging out with you guys. It's great to have this creative outlet. Then when I need to shut this off for a moment, I have another creative outlet, which means life is just like grand on both sides of the world. It's never been better. Because normally when I had a side hustle, I don't know which one's the side hustle now or which one's the main one. One of the side hustles always broke me down and made me feel like crap. Now I got 2 amazing pieces of my world, YouTube and DJing. It's just like harmony, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know what the question was or how I got off on that tangent, but hey, that's what I do. So let's hope this time my phone doesn't overheat. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If it does get super warm, I'm actually going to take this inside the shop. Man, I'm missing everybody's comments. I am a recent, so 10 point, I give it something clean. I am a recent van owner and just beginning my journey. What advice would you give me? It's a butterfly. Look at it. You see a butterfly? It's flying over my head. Oh, you guys aren't... You guys are looking down. That butterfly just came swooping over my head. Super cool. What advice would I give to somebody who's starting out? My honest opinion, don't overthink anything. Some people are always like, they dream about all these things, or they hear YouTubers are saying, you need all these things that these other YouTubers are telling you you need. Don't listen to them. It's all BS. So someone's like, you need this much solar, you need this fridge, you need this many batteries, you need this much. Before you know it, you're gonna start van life going, man, that's like $15,000 worth of gear. Honestly, depending on where your situation's at, buy your van, throw your blankets in the back and start. You're gonna get a better use, how am I gonna word that? You're gonna get a better sense of your van layout if you spend time in it before you build it. So what happens is a lot of people start building their vans out to what they think in their head before they live in it. And then those guys build their vans out 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, trying to figure out the space. So it's better to take off, go have some fun for a couple of months in a bare empty van and figure out where you need things. Because when you spend a good month in a van or 2 months in a van and you start realizing that you keep putting things over there, well, then that's where you need to put the cabinet for that. You always want to always store your food there, and then that's where your food storage goes. But when people build it before they've spent time in it, they make those mistakes. So coming to a professional van builder, on the other hand, is a little bit different. So like here, these guys here have lived in a van, they build vans for a living, they know what they're doing. So these guys at least can give you suggestions and ideas on what they've done and help you build in the van process. But sometimes doing it on your own, you have this giant plan before you start, and when you get in it, it doesn't work. So for anybody new and the person that asked that question, my suggestion is just get in the van with basics, the bare bones. Get the fun stuff later. Tamium, thanks for the super chat. Am I missing any super chats? Iris, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending love to you and CRUZ from Toronto. Hey, what's up? We're pretty close right now. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Big time. Ooh, it's getting hot. Sam with the question. No, she had a question. Get CRUZ some sugar nuggets. He loves his sugar nuggets. That's for damn sure. Sam, thank you for the super chat. From Edmonton, fellow Canadian. Fist bump. Samantha, thank you for the super chat. Super rad. I love that, you guys. I didn't go with the van. I ended up with a 4x4 truck with a tiny old camper, also cheap as hell, under 2,000 bucks Canadian. Super rad. See, like I like hearing stuff like that when people are like watching van life content, but then they choose that, hey, something right came up at the right time and it wasn't the van that they've been researching for. Like Gold Marble just said, they ended up with a 4x4 truck and an old camper under 2,000 bucks Canadian. You know what I mean? Like, that's the cool thing about real, how do I word this? I always try to make sure I word things without offending people, or I think a lot of people pre getting into van life have big expectations in their mind. They have these things that are like, I have to, I have to, I have to, I have to. You know, people, I get tons of messages from people saying, I have to live in a high top. Well, why do you have to? If you can't afford the high top, but you can afford the minivan, why can't you just start in the minivan for a year, save a ton of money, and then buy the van of your dreams? People sit back and they use excuses to not move forward or ahead, or they have too high of an expectation and then never end up starting anything. It's better in life to sacrifice a few things, have fun for the next year or so, and maybe not the perfect van, and save that ton of money you were spending on whatever you're spending on mortgage, rent, whatever your situation is. You know what I mean? And just get out there and have some fun and save money for a while and then buy your van of your dreams. Look at me. You know what I mean? I would love to have an all-wheel drive, jacked up, fully dialed out, kitted to the max Ford Transit. I could go finance one. I probably could, but why? When I have this 2004 van that's killing it, it's rocking it. I'm happy, I'm having fun, I'm blasting down the trails, I'm meeting new people, I'm making video content, I'm earning a living. What's the point of over dreaming about things? Like, I could dream to the point that I hate this van. It's pretty easy to talk yourself out of loving something. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's just best to just get what you can afford and go rock it. It's more about the journey than it is about the van. The luxuries of the van will come when you can afford it. Here I'm babble. Chrome, is that all you do is babble? Oh, guys, I need a drink. My beer's getting warm. We might have to move the stream inside. Somebody asked, who is Tracy Luce? So if you see anybody in my chats that have a little wrench beside their name, that means they're a moderator on my channel, which means that they can remove people from my chats that are being obnoxious or saying bad things. It looks like right now Tracy's the only moderator I have in my live stream. So sometimes you get on a live stream, there will be like 10 or 15 of my moderators. We have quite a few of them actually, but not all the time does everybody make it in my live stream. Tracy's like, I'm his biggest fan. Yeah, Tracy's been with us for quite a while. She's been on my Patreon and moderator here for a while. Oh, Donna Van Life. What's up, girl? I love the new van, by the way. Super damn rad. So I am starting to get hot. And were you guys on my last live stream? We lost it because of like heat. So I think we're gonna try and move this. Hold on, guys. We're gonna move the live stream. I'm gonna flip you guys around. We're gonna go inside the shop. Hold on, there we go. You guys are plugged into my Jackery. There's Cruzy Bear. Hey, Cruz. Hey, buddy. It's a hot day. Is it a little warm out there, buddy? All right. We're gonna go inside. Hi. We'll be right back. It's getting hot out there. Still in your cooler shop. All right. Live streaming. It's my van up there in that picture. You guys see that? They were putting those up the other day. Just pictures of their van and some customers' vans and some of their adventures. Okay. Way cooler inside the shop. Actually, we're gonna go the other way so the light's not behind us. Hold on. You can make all the noise you want, Rainer, it's all good. So if it happens to get noisy in the shop here, we're in the shop and they're busy building a van right now. John, the guy that's been in my videos for a while, you've seen him on the one wheel with CRUZ. That's John's Mercedes right now. It's in middle of full build. It's looking pretty damn good in there. And he's gonna be a digital nomad, meaning that he's gonna be working online from his van. That thing is gonna be fully dialed out. They put in like a little monitor and stuff in there yesterday. I was super jealous. I don't get jealous. I was super jealous. Van Vita Travels, have I insured my van as an RV? No, my van is insured under business because I produce YouTube videos from my van. My van is my office and my business. So my van is actually registered as a business because the last thing I want to do is to get into an accident and say that I'm filming a YouTube video or something were to come up and I'm at a filming location of some sort or they find me online, it'll wreck my insurance. So my van is insured as business, not as an RV. I don't know much about those insurance things, so if you guys do have questions about insurance, do your research. There's lots of stuff out there. What's the name of that website you guys use? faroutride.com? Yeah. So faroutride.com is one that has tons of information on it about insurances and the travels, and they've been in BC and in Canada and stuff, so they've got all sorts of information on there. But do your research on that stuff on your own, because what I say may only affect people that live in British Columbia, because I know living in Ontario, things are totally different province by province or country per country. So do the research on your own. Oh, so much cooler in here. I was dying out there. The last time I did a live stream, Rainer, we were just like, did I tell you this? My cell phone died. Yeah. It was like overheated. And now my laptop is just roasting. Yes, feel it. Feel it. My beer is warm. Not cool. Do I have CAA? Yes. In BC, it's called BCAA. But yeah, I do have that. And it's good all across Canada. Is that good in the US, Rainer? Rainer? What? Do you know if BCAA or your CAA is good in the US?
Yes, it falls under AAA.
So yeah, so he was just telling me, because like they've traveled in the US, I haven't yet, and their CAA falls underneath AAA in the US. So it does kind of work across border, which is cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, I do have it. I've never ever needed it. There was only one time that I needed it, but I was out of cell phone reception to call BCAA, because in order to get BCAA to bring a tow truck, you have to call them first. If you call the tow truck on your own, it doesn't count. You have to call them and then they'll dispatch somebody out from there in that point. But I haven't had the chance to use it, but I have fully covered. I have the premium, whatever, or elite, whatever it's called. It's worth it. It's like $150 a year for that little bit of peace of mind. So worth it. Angel, thanks so much for the super chat. I love it when you go live, Chrome. I want you to know, do you have any plans? When I retire, that's a long ways away. I'm only 46 years old, which is probably old as you know what for some of you guys, but I'm 46. The thought of retirement is not there. If I was thinking about retirement, I wouldn't be doing 7-day-a-week videos on here and live streaming on days that I take days off. It's not quite a day off. I actually worked hours this morning on making a video. But when I do retire, I definitely will not be living in an apartment. there's no damn way I would ever go back to the same cycle and routine and be forking over my living to somebody else. So I would hope that over the next 25 or 30 years of my life, I put myself in a situation where I could buy a tiny piece of property when the government takes my driver's license away because I'm too damn old to drive, and go live on my own little land somewhere by a lake in an area that I traveled lots and I fell in love with. But I don't think I would ever go back to paying rent with somebody again. There's no way. I mean, the possibility of me going down to Mexico and living down there super cheap, that's a big possibility. Hire myself someone to feed me grapes and stuff. I'm in. But yeah, I would never go back to my old life. After living van life now I'll be in my van for 3 years as of September 11th. There's no way I could go back. No freaking way. It's impossible. Where did I hide CRUZ? I just showed him 2 seconds ago. He's sleeping in my van, which is out on the other side of the shop. Biff, thank you. That's super cool. I love it hearing that people are actually starting van life, because so many people on the channel always talk and plan, and I love it when you start to see people that are actually moving forward with it. Pretty cool. Am I missing Joseph yet? I just actually texted him the other day. Reminds me, I forgot to text him back. Joseph, if you're watching this, sorry, bro. Slipped my mind. I text Joseph the other night. I'm like, hey, Joseph, just want to say thanks again for the curtains. They're just perfect. And then he texts me back, and I had a beer instead. Sorry, Joseph. Cheers, bro. Craig K says, dude, there's 900 people in here. The other day I live streamed, I think it was last Saturday or last Sunday, we had 1,100 people in the live stream. And even today, 961 is still bigger than 99% of the live streams I've ever had. Pretty cool. Lynn, when am I coming to Aurelia for a visit? I don't know if you've seen, the other day I was at a Value Village dropping off some donation stuff. That was in Aurelia. So I've been there. It's funny that because I didn't know that name until recently. There's a lot of little towns I've been in to visit that I never knew before. You guys are hilarious. I love this stuff. There's like so many questions in here I've missed. I always feel like a jerk in these live streams because they just go by so damn quick. Dude, it's mind-boggling. Are you guys watching what's going on in the chats right now? It's mind-boggling. I can't even keep up. What's up, buddy? I see you're back from work? Yeah. We're just making a live stream on YouTube. Yeah. J Media, I'm going to keep asking my question until he answers it. Besides the van/car, how much money should I save? How much, okay, here, that's actually a really good question. How much money should you save before van life? 10,000 bucks? J Media, I started van life broke. Completely, absolutely broke. So to sit at somewhere and pay rent for the next 12 months in order for you to start van life doesn't make sense. So think about this. If I were to stay in my condo for a whole entire year just to save up $10,000 to start, I just spent whatever $1,300 times 12 is. Anybody smart around here? It's like $12, $13, $14, $15,000 in rent that I spent a whole year that I was trying to save 10 grand. So it doesn't make sense to spend 15,000 in rent to save 10,000 at the end of the year. It makes sense to buy a cheap van now, get into it, save that $15,000 in rent. There you go. Someone just posted 14,500. Right? 14,000 in rent just to save 10 to wait it out. Jump in it now. Trust in a good van. Maybe put 1,000 or 2,000 aside for basic stuff. But if you're in a situation where money is really crappy, like it was when I started, like I was broke, man. I was sitting on a stack of rent. It was ridiculous. So, you know, it's always good to have a cushion, don't get me wrong, but don't leave that as your factor to stop starting it. You know what I mean? You're gonna get way farther ahead in the next year, you know, taking it easy in a cheap little van than it is for you paying rent for the whole year. But honestly, my comfortable point in my van was having enough money to replace my transmission. That was my point where I knew I'm good. So, because transmissions are gonna be, like, for most vans, the first thing that you always hear going. Anytime you watch a YouTube video, like, blew a transmission, blew a transmission, blew a transmission. And if you're in a van like mine, you're looking at $2 or $3 grand, right? So having that in the bank always just feels good. And as you move along in van life, you know what I mean? Things will get better as things go. But I know some people will tell you, don't start until you have a cushion. I'm gonna tell you, just start whenever you feel it's right to start. Your cushion will come. Mind it. And I'm sitting on a very nice cushion right now, by the way. A very nice cushion. Well, maybe my cushion might not last too long. The more time I spend here at Ray Outfitted, the more money I end up spending. So these guys are gonna make me, you don't have to talk quiet, guys. You just make all the noise you want. They're trying to be quiet over there. They don't want to interrupt our live stream. Somebody, John Savage has answered about a first aid kit. Prism, any meetups? No, I'm not doing any meetups right now because of COVID. And the reason for that is because me being a business, the second I do a social gathering, I'm responsible for everybody that shows up there. So if for some reason somebody would test positive after our gathering, it's gonna come back to me saying, okay, give me all the names of everybody that was at your gathering, was everybody in masks, and if it comes back to me, I'm gonna get spanked with a pretty hefty fine. So that's why I've chosen not to do any meetups at all, because, you know, sure, I'm a YouTuber, but this is still a business, you know what I mean? So until all this stuff kind of blows away, no. And it's sad though, because there's lots of things that I'm missing. Like there was a van life gathering out here from another Instagram channel that it would have been cool to go to, but because of all this stuff going on, I'm not gonna do it. Van Vita Travels, you're not a business, but I'm a business. Does that make sense? But I can meet up with you and do a van tour. We'll just mask up and we're good to go. Carlos, thanks for the super chat. Why are you guys being so quiet over there?
We're working.
On what? I know Rainer's working, but what are you doing?
Internet.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
Why I drove back. Get to the
You drove all the way back here for that?
Drive all the way
Oh,
back.
wow.
Get the fast Wi-Fi.
These guys are spoiled. They just got faster internet here. Maybe now when I watch Netflix at night, it won't take me like 30 seconds for the page to load. Does Joseph have a channel? No, Joseph's been thinking about starting a channel, but he hasn't started one yet. He told me that he would probably have his channel pretty much ready to go by the time I got back to Vancouver. So Joseph, if you're watching, people want to know. Ron C, thanks for the super chat. Longtime fan here. Been testing the waters in my Kia Optima. Super rad. Oh, that's pretty cool. See, I like that. You know what I mean? Like, you might as well experiment in the lifestyle and whatever you own now. Come on, man. Ron C is doing it in his Kia Optima. I couldn't do it in a Kia Optima. So high five to you, Ron. But yeah, it's nice to get out there and just dabble with what you've got. I mean, I slept in a car once. And it was funny because I was looking through my Facebook a while ago and I seen this video of me and I slept in the car. I had Disco, my other dog. And my little video clip that I posted on my Facebook was like, never sleep in a car, it's a bad idea. And now here I am living full time in a van. Pretty funny. CJ. See, that's a question I don't know. So CJ, thanks for the super chat. Best car for build if no van? I have no clue. You know, that's gonna all depend on how tall you are and what you're willing to deal with. I've known people that live in a Prius. That to me is absolutely crazy, you know? But yeah, everybody's got their own sense. Like I know a lady in Vancouver, she's super, super rad. Her name is Fab. Fab, if you're on here, hey Fab. She lives in a tiny, tiny little car and she loves her car. I can't believe it. Every time I see her, I'm like, are you seriously full time in that thing? She's like, yep. you know, you can be happy in just about anything. Some people need ginormous, high top, extended sprinters like this one, or his nice little sprinter over there. And some people are happy in a Prius or a minivan. That's all depending on you. So, I mean, if you got a car right now, go experiment. V Lightning, good. That's a good one. Happiness comes within, and that's the truth. And I think the most successful people in van life, I don't mean success on a business side or a financial side, but the most successful people in van life, the people that seem to stick it out the longest, are the ones that are the most willing to adapt to situations that they're in. Because if you can't adapt to what you're doing, if you can't adapt to a situation or be willing to sacrifice some things, like some people like, I could never poop in an outhouse, then you'll never live in a van, just saying. Those are some things that we just have to do. Not all of us can afford a $1,500 Nature's Head toilet, which is in that van. We all can't afford that or have the space for it. But the best thing sometimes is just, you know, like, you got to be able to sacrifice and be able to work within what you've got. Like, some people are like, I'd never poop in a bag. I poop in a bag. I have no problems with that. It's what you're willing to sacrifice to get the positive sides of van life. You know what I mean? Gus in a bus, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you on the stream. Some buy and build to have a cool house, or they're just, what? Or they're just need something to camp in. Yeah, like I would say that that lady that comes to all my van life gatherings in Vancouver that lives in that tiny little car, it's kind of set up like she's going camping in it, but she's stoked with it. And then you get people like, sorry to use this one van again, John's van here that's literally a full-blown house with every luxury you could ever imagine in. But there's two different styles of people that build vans. Those that can't afford it, those that can afford it. And then you get people like me that started with can't afford it, and now I'm starting to build my van because I can afford it. I'm trying to take my van to the extreme on the functionality and positive side. Not positive side? Okay, my van was basic. Now it's just about like maxed out as far as you could ever do it. But that's the difference though. You got people that start with money and people that don't start with money. There's a huge difference. And someone sent me an email the other day that I didn't like. Someone's like, I'm sick and tired of these van life people that are only part-timing. Because someone part-times in their van or someone lives in it full-time like me, those part-timers are still van lifers. They may have homes to go back to, but they're still van lifing in their camper. Do you know what I mean? Some people are like, oh, that's fake van life. No, it's not. They're living in a van. It's the same thing as I'm doing. They're just doing it on the weekends or maybe going away for a couple months at a time. It's still van life. You know, some people just can't pull away from homes or they have too good of a situation at home to be in the van full time. You know what I mean? But yeah, it bugged me when I got that email. I was like, dude, van life is van life whether you're in it on the weekends or you're full timing it. There's just a difference in the how it's functioning inside, right? The weekender can pack out. Me, I'm in it for good forever. Terra Nova, thanks for the super chat. I'm looking into a get into event similar as yours. Drawing designs as we speak. How critical is it to be able to move front and back? I've seen designs with a wall or a partition. Tara, to be honest with that, if you're talking about doing a solid partition wall right behind your driver's seats, a solid one, I myself would think that's a bad idea. I've seen vanners that do it, but I think having the ability to pull up somewhere at night, go through your little cubby door back into the abyss, which is your home, and go to bed versus getting out in a, if you're parked in the city, if you get out, walk around, get in your side door, there's a higher chance someone's gonna be like, that was weird. That was super weird. I think there's a higher chance you're gonna have a problem. I think if you were to pull up somewhere at night, open up your little door to Narnia and go in the back and, you know, curl up in bed. But I'm not sure what you're talking about. But if that's what you're talking about, I think building a partition wall is a pretty crappy idea. But do what's right for you. I know people that do it and enjoy it. I've also known people that have built that wall with a little baby hole to get through and have made videos stating that they built the wall thinking they would never use the door, but they use the door every day. She's nodding yes.
When it's cold, rainy, and snowy.
You don't want to lose all the heat over
Yeah,
the doors.
think about that. Think about it being freezing. You guys are worried about me having my fridge being backdoor access. Imagine having to get outside in the freezing cold, walk around to your house, or heaven forbid, not want to put on clothes that day and just want to put on pajamas and go get a coffee. Now you got to get outside, run around your van in your slippers. Trust me, much better to just open the curtain or go through the front door and get in your vehicle, right? I like the idea of the solid partition wall. I'd never do it in my van. I don't think I'd ever do it in any van build, but I've seen them, which look really cool. They've designed it all up nice and neat. But yeah, some guy in Vancouver did that in his Transit, has a super thick wall. Someone broke into the front of his van and he didn't hear it because the wall was super thick and insulated and he was in the back and they stole his bag and everything else. He woke up and seen glass everywhere and he's like, I didn't hear it. Can you imagine not hearing that? That's a moment I don't want to miss. If you're going to break in my van, I'd like to meet you. We're going to be friends for a moment. At least you and my fist and my foot are. Or my bat. You like baseball? Let's play. Is my fridge top load? Yes, it is. An awning is a must. I lived in my van for years without one, and trust me, every day I lived in it, and it rained outside, I dreamed about getting one. I dreamed and I dreamed and I dreamed. Someone says, hi, Madison and Rainer.
Hello.
And they spelt your name right.
Wow. Who is it? They must know us.
Janet Courier?
Oh, maybe I don't. Hi, Janet.
I was like, ooh, they spelled it right. Sometimes I've seen people spell Rainer's name and it just misses the D from being reindeer.
Yeah. Rainier comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Rainer notices people do the double D on my name.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Janet asks, so do YouTube, Patreon, and Jackery pay you in US funds? Yes. 95% of my business earnings from YouTube, Patreon, YouTube memberships, sticker sales, merchandise sales, majority of that stuff comes to me in US dollars. The only time I ever get Canadian dollars is if somebody sends me donations on PayPal, and sometimes they'll send me like 10 bucks US, 10 bucks Canadian, stuff like that. But all the money that comes in US funds, actually I just lied to you. Kind of totally just lied to you. So the US funds go into my PayPal, which I then export into my bank. Is that export or deposit into my bank in Canadian funds? So my YouTube currency on YouTube, when I see it on my YouTube account, is in US dollars. When they pay me, Google pays me direct deposit on the 22nd of every month, and I love that day, such a good day. They pay me in Canadian dollars, but they actually direct deposit it. So on the 22nd, it shows up that Google just gave me money. And it still, after 3 years, never gets boring to see, Google just paid me. It's, I don't know, super fun thing. Because my whole life, I never thought I would ever be kind of, because it's not an employee, it's a, would it be a contractor, Madison, of Google? Subcontractor. A subcontractor for Google. Yeah, it was kind of a cool thing. Izzy, hopefully you're having a good time in Vancouver. Are you going to be there when I get back in October? Izzy's from Quebec and she's out visiting Vancouver right now. I've missed like 1 million questions in this live stream. And we're at 1,000 people on here again. This is 2 live streams 2 weeks in a row at 1,000. It's insane. Ali from Malaysia, 2:30 a.m. Tequila time out there, it sounds like. Tracy asked me, how's my mom and Danica? Danica's being a teenager, doing teenager things, and my mom's doing good. I spoke to her a couple of days ago, and she's doing super good. Health-wise, she's staying out of the hospital, and that's all we could really ask. But yeah, she's doing pretty good. Have I ever had a rodent problem? Never. I've never, as far as I know, had a rodent in my van. I had a bat in my van. Did you guys see that one? I had a bat. I don't know if well, I mean, the bat was cute. He was sitting back there just hanging out. But I've never had a rat, like, eating food and nibbling through things and wrecking wiring and stuff. Never. I've had a bat though. That was rad. I mean, the only reason why the bat was rad is because I didn't know he was in there until the next day. That's why. If I knew he was in there in the middle of the night, I think me and the bat would have had a pretty big problem. Brandon, what's your 2020 feelings on not having a high top on your van to stand up in? Doesn't bother me. I don't mind it at all. I'm pretty sure in probably 20 years, my back will probably say something completely different and everything else, but for right now, it's not a deal breaker. I enjoy it. The reason why I like my low top van is it just fits down trails and snugger areas than something that does have a high top. Like this thing behind me is a beast. Look how tall that thing is. It's ginormous. And you know, there is some plus sides. Plus there's some negative sides as well too. I can't stand up. Come on, man. I own a home I can't stand up in. I would have never thought in my entire life I'd ever be in a home that, can you imagine that? You go rent an apartment, they're like, yeah, we got a great little place, a great price, and it's only 4 feet tall. Would you take it? Probably not. You know what I mean? But it's not a deal breaker. I do like though, because there has been some few trail situations where I'm wedging myself over these little areas and it's super grown over, but yet my van fits in it. Where the high top, I mean, I think if I had a high top, I wouldn't care anyway. I'd probably shove it through it anyway, but yeah, it's just less abusive on the van though. James Sherman, I just seen your message. Poop in a bag in a bucket. Don't know if that's a question or if you're answering somebody else's question. Do I think my van would love a high top? Absolutely it would. I think CRUZ would like a high top. He was in John's van over here the other day and he was just like, I'm staying in here, Dad. This place is big and it's cool. I see the answer to that one. So the question was, where do you poop living in a van? Baby mouth. Nice name, by the way. I poop the same places that you poop when you're out shopping and doing things with your friends all day. Same places, except for sometimes I poop in a bag. Is that the same? Imagine hanging out with your friends, going for beers, like, hey man, hold on. And you're just like, I gotta poop. One second guys, hold on. This is just a reenactment, by the way. Can you imagine that? It's like, hold on, here we go. That's why I keep poo bags in my pocket. No. But my friend Joseph actually poops in a bag this big. I don't want to talk about poop on my live stream, so let's get this out of the way. My buddy Joseph poops in little bags like this. When he pulled them out one day, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? He's like, literally, I just squat over this. And he's like, squatting and pooping in this and peeing in the bottle at the same time is a very big struggle. I'm like, get a pail. He's like, I live in a minivan. I don't got room for a pail. Yeah, struggles. You guys know that struggle? Oh no, they have the big fancy nature head. Does it flush?
It has a handle to turn.
Oh, so you got a handle, it turns, so it flushes. It flushes. I don't have those luxuries in my van. Will I ever consider a 4x4 in the future? Yes, on my next van, not in this one. That's a pretty hefty conversion. I don't know if I'd ever flip that bill on my current van. Sorry, I missed this question. So any advice on where to just go? What do you mean by that? I'm trying to look up groups of others to get going. Okay, Wendy, so if you're asking about like van life groups, if you're in a town, just try going on to Facebook and searching, like in Vancouver, you type in Vancouver van life, and there's a group in Vancouver called Vancouver Van Life. So try searching that in your area, or if you're in a small town, try searching the bigger town close to you, like here, like Van Life Ontario or Van Life Toronto, and see what kind of groups come up, because you can meet other locals doing it. And a lot of times those groups are kind of cool because they can help you out with build things. Some of them might have, you know, ways to kind of help you with things along the way. If you have questions about your local area, they would be the ones to help you out in. Oh, someone said Badge is in the house. Badge, I'm gonna make you a comment moderator. I hope you don't mind. Not because you want to be one, but because I think it would look cool with a wrench beside your name because your badge. And it's not giving me the option to, sorry badge, trying to make you a moderator, it's not letting me. Why is it not letting me? Hold on, I'm gonna close down my chat for a second. Try to reload this. Come on, come on. Does my stream look okay? I'm frozen on my computer right now. My face is just completely frozen. All right, where'd badge go? Aw, grumpy old Van, thanks, buddy. Here's badge, okay. Add as a moderator. Boom, there you go. Now badge, you're a moderator of my channel. Not that you would ever do anything, but the wrench, this looks good beside your name, bro. Holy wow. Yes, the borders are closed, you guys. That is a true fact. How old is CRUZ now? CRUZ would be 2 years old on January 1st. Yeah, Foresty Forest, last I heard he was in Vancouver, I think, or in that area anyway. He's been making lots of videos out that way, I know that. And it's funny though, because he just got to that area as I was leaving that area. Usually anytime other YouTubers hit Vancouver, I'm never ever there. Any apps useful for van life? Madison. Any apps that are useful for van life? I've used iOverlander a few times. I don't mind it, but I find sometimes iOverlander gets you to crowded spots that aren't as fun as you'd expect. But
any of the geotag locations, you kind of have that risk. So iOverlander, freecampsites.net, Campdinium, Wikicamps, all of those will have lots. You want to be a little picky. I find that you check those and then also look on like Google satellite images to make sure a condo hasn't been built there or whatever.
That's a good idea.
And verify some of those. And then back road maps are a great way, understanding what area you're in, what is there. Public land, water land, there's a whole bunch of different places. Like Florida, we found when we were boondocking down there. It's like things like water services. You can call and get permission to park on any of their land through Florida. So there's a bunch of those kind of random ones given what state or province you're in.
thank you. Just did that awkward silence at the end. Thank you. Did that answer your question? So I've used Park, Fortnite, and iOverlander. And most of the time I've used them, it's always been like, because I hit a town and I don't feel like stressing or worrying about a place to park and I'm just tired and done driving, normally I would just pull over. But there has been a few nights I get to a town, I'm not sure about the vibe in the place, so I go onto those apps and I'll grab one. And most of the time they send me to Walmart anyway. But I have hit a few places in Vancouver that has been really disappointing. Like, sometimes you just don't want to be around people. You just want a nice place to park for the night. And you get onto iOverlander, you find this nice little spot by a lake. You get there, there's like 7 vans. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I don't mind going being social, but sometimes you just don't want those busy situations. Tracy P uses a cassette toilet in her schoolie. I use a plastic bag. I always sound so grimy when I say that. What do you have for toilet? A bag and a pail. Such a dirty van dweller. What would be my next choice for a van? So Nick, right now, I think, I don't know, it's gonna change. By the time I can get to the point where I can afford another van and afford another full entire van build, right now it would be the all-wheel drive Transit, jacked up to all heck and kitted right out for the back roads. That would be my choice right now. I don't know why, but that would be my choice. I think because I seen a picture of one and I really liked it and I was like, all right, cool, I could do that, I could do that. Are we live? Okay, I need to take my laptop with me. Just doesn't want to be in here. Always happens. Are we good? Trying to get cell phone reception out here is a bit hectic. That's why last time I did a live stream, I went out and we live streamed directly from the side of a cell phone tower. So if I sit beside your van, will I get your connection? Okay, I'll do that. Hold on, guys. I'm missing your chats. So these guys here in this van, they have a Wii Boost, which is up there on the roof somewhere. So we're gonna sit beside their van and hopefully we can steal some of their connection. Oh, Idgie, thank you, Idgie. I appreciate the super chat, Idgie. Hopefully you had a great time out there kayaking, and super rad that your cell phone got enough juice so you could log back on with us. Super rad. Oh, it feels good to sit here with a little bit of a breeze. Woo. We didn't lose too many people. 866. CRUZ. CRUZy. CRUZ. CRUZy, come here. Come on. CRUZ. Come. Come here, bro. Come on. What are you barking at? It's just me. Come here. Hey. He's barking at me. I didn't do anything wrong. CRUZy. CRUZy, come here. Oh, it's the hose. It's the he doesn't want to cross the hose. CRUZy's scared of the hose. Hi, buddy. People are gonna be happy to see you, bro. Hey, can't believe you're scared of the hose. So what happened in the shop the other day is, or outside the shop, they pulled out the air hose and he was spraying down the forklift and CRUZ got scared of it. Now he's scared of anything that's a hose. And that's just a garden hose over there. Hey, nice to see you awake, buddy. You've been sleeping all day. Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? So let me check on these comments. Let me see how bad this stream is right now. Is the stream okay? I don't know, it looks super clear on my phone. What are you eating?
Ice something?
Ice something? Yeah, he is pretty cute. No, the temperature is actually really good right now. It's clouded over a little bit. It was super hot earlier. But the temperature today is only about 19 degrees Celsius. So it actually feels really nice. And that big dark cloud up there has made it feel so much better. Have I ever thought about doing a van tour remotely, like how they do on the news? Everything I do is remotely. I don't do, does that make sense? Everything I do is remotely. What might be cool though is a live van tour. So I'll be making a video soon about some of the upgrades I made in my van for when it comes to Wi-Fi and cellular data use. That'll be coming up in an upcoming video. But now that I have access to some more data, doing live van tours might be fun. What do you guys think of that? Like, instead of doing all the editing and fun stuff, we'll just do a live one. Hey, I think that might be kind of cool. I wonder what the video would turn out like on the end. So for me, like making videos, I enjoy the edit. It's the editing part that I really, really like. That's the part where I get fulfilled and I feel excitement and, you know, I like the end product. It's like having a good DJ set when I was DJing. You get satisfaction from the set itself. But yeah, I think doing a live one would be kind of fun. Have I ever had issues with stalkers? The answer to that is no, because my videos are usually on a pretty big delay. There are some times on my channel that YouTube is 1 week or 2 weeks behind my reality, because I get excited sometimes and I film way too many videos, and that puts me quite a ways behind the reality that you guys watch. Currently, right now, you guys are only 2 days behind me on videos. So the reality is pretty good. How is it to cook in my van? But it's a kitchen. You have a kitchen in your van that's just as capable as your kitchen at home. You may not have an oven, some vans do, but CRUZ is barking over there. But it's the same as cooking in your house. If you cook on a 1 or 2 burners on your stove, then you can cook on 1 or 2 burners in your van. It's no different at all. I don't find anyway. Vans like this one here that have induction cooktops and everything else, the stuff they have bringing out of this kitchen is amazing. I think what happens for cooking in your van is all dependent on you, on what you're capable of doing. And any person that's a real cook or a real kind of chef at heart can produce some amazing things out of nothing. As long as the ingredients are there and they have a place to heat something, they're good to go. Man, I've made cinnamon buns in my van. What? Super cool. Not homemade. I just reheated them in my cast iron pan. But yeah, I think that all depends on how much of a chef you are at heart. How can a person with no money get a camper van for traveling around for vacation purposes? You need money to buy a van. That's a simple answer to that. You need a van. That takes money. While you're remodeling, why not raise the roof? Johnette. You know what the cost is to raise the roof on my van? There is one main company that does roofs on the extended Ford vans like mine. And that's Fiberine in the States, or wherever they are in the States. I think they're in North Carolina or somewhere. Fiberine sells them for $5,500 USD, which is $7,000 Canadian. Plus, I would have to make the trek down there. So you're looking at probably $8,500 Canadian to put a high roof on that van. That is not going to happen. No damn way. If that van was newer, way better shape, maybe I'd do that at the beginning. But the thought of putting like $5,000 or $8,000 worth of a high top upgrade to that thing is not going to happen. Not in my lifetime. Maybe the next owner might want to, but it sure as heck ain't going to be me. That is a substantial amount of money. Think about it, right? Like if you're in the States, still $5,000 is a lot of money, man. Just for a taller roof? Yeah, that's not something that's in my future anyway. Matt, thanks for the super chat. Christy, thanks for the super chat. Hey, Chrome, would you suggest van life for someone who's 21 during this pandemic? Heck yeah, I would. I would recommend van life during the pandemic to absolutely anybody. And to be 21 years old and not paying rent? Heck yeah. High five, Chrissy. Do it. Yeah, man, I am a big supporter of this lifestyle. Big supporter of the lifestyle because of the adventures and the fun that this lifestyle brings to you. Because it gives you the ability and the freedoms to explore and see things. And if you're the creative kind of person that can earn a living on the internet, then even way better. Like someone like me, I stumbled upon being a YouTuber. I had no intentions on making YouTube videos for a living. I just wanted to learn how to video edit, and bam, here I am now 3 years later making full-time van life content on YouTube, uploading practically daily. Yeah, man. I don't think the pandemic should be an excuse to not start van life. You know what I mean? People search for different reasons on why they shouldn't start, and a lot of people have used the pandemic, right? You know, I mean, sure, the pandemic might have halted things, especially if, hold on, I'm getting stiff. Halted things, especially if you lost income or work or stuff like that. I can understand that. But to use what's going on, I think right now we all should just be used to what's happening in this world. It's the world we live in. We just got to make the best out of what we got. And if living in a van allows this pandemic to be a bit more fun and a bit more freedom, then by all means get out there and start rocking it. Julia, all stickers you order come from me. All of them. So like if you click on my PayPal links right now, those stickers are sent from right here. Like right here. Yeah, I always have my hands on every sticker sale that goes out. Unless you guys, hi CRUZ. Nice to see you back here, bro. Let me in on some of this YouTube action. Hi, buddy. Yeah, so unless you buy from, where are you going? CRUZ. Just gonna go hang out underneath there. Yeah. Unless you buy stickers from Teespring. That's a merch company that does all my merch for me. So, but very few people buy from Teespring. Most people just use my sticker links in the description of the video, which will soon, once Madison's done with the website, those sticker sales will be through the website, giving us a little bit more control and giving you guys more options on what stickers you receive. Right now, they're listed as random sticker packs for 10 bucks, which means you get whatever I feel like shoving in that envelope. This is a really good question, and we are going to cover this question in a full dedicated video. So Janet asked, can you please ask Rainer and Madison their thoughts on the diesel Chinese heater? Is it safe? So I am putting in a dry air heater in my van. I have chosen not to do the Chinese version one, but I have a brand new Chinese diesel heater here, still in the box. Plus, they have the heater that I have chosen here, brand new, still sealed in the box. So what we're gonna be doing before my heater gets installed, we're gonna be opening up both those boxes and comparing the two. So you guys can see the build quality of a $1,500, $1,600 heater versus a $250 heater. So we'll probably break it apart, show you guys all the casings and all the parts, and I'll be letting Rainer do that because he knows what he's talking about, but that comparison video will be fully coming up on my channel because I got both, a good proper quality one and then the Chinese diesel one. Yeah, so we'll talk about all the details in that one. I do know people that have the Chinese diesel one and absolutely love it. They've had them for like 2 years now, some of them, and they're like, hey, it's still kicking. What more could you ask for? But I'll explain in full detail why I chose not to get the other one. How much do I spend on propane heating my van? So I no longer have a propane heater. That's been donated to another van lifer. But when I was in my van, I had the Olympian Wave 3 heater for the last few years of my van life. And in the winter, I probably go through 3 20-pound bottles, which isn't so bad. 3 20-pound bottles in a winter, which is like 50 bucks, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. I don't even know what, depending on where you get your propane. Costco is the cheapest, I find. But yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. And sometimes if it's a super cold, colder winter, I might go through, you know, 4 20-pound bottles, but usually it's 3 for a winter season, 4 for the entire year. Roundabout, give or take. So I never really spent a whole lot on propane, but it all depends on how much your usage is. If you're running your propane tank all the time, all day long, all night long, you're gonna go through a lot more. And also the type of heater that you're using. So the Olympian Wave 3 was actually pretty decent for propane consumption. If you're using like a buddy heater or another one, it may consume way more. Yeah, mine's been pretty good. Oh, it just disconnected my chat. Are you guys still live here? It says my chat's disconnected. Hold on, I'm gonna reload this whole video. My laptop's being weird. Sorry, I'm connected to their Wi-Fi, but I'm way outside. Hold on, I'm gonna go. I have a little. Is it loading? Come on. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go grab, I have a new Wi-Fi box that I got for my thing. I'm gonna go grab it and connect to my Wi-Fi. 1 sec. I'll point you this way so you guys can come with me. All right. So I got this little MiFi. Hi, CRUZ. I'm showing them our new little Wi-Fi box. So inside of here, we're gonna do a full video on this. Inside of here has a SIM card for my cellular data company. I've purchased a larger cell phone plan, which now gives me mobile Wi-Fi in my van. So with this thing being in my van, I can connect my laptop to it. Hi, Madison. CRUZ always goes for the love every damn time. So this connects to my laptop, giving me kind of mobile Wi-Fi in the van. So my cell phone is connected to my cell phone plan. This is a secondary plan giving me more data. So speaking of that, we're gonna connect to this right now from my laptop because you guys don't wanna see my man boobs, we'll see my face. So being out here a bit ways from the shop, I am not getting a very good connection, so my chat just vanished. All right, let's connect. Vancity Van Life, look at that. You see that? That's my hotspot. It says Vancity Van Life Internet. Heck yeah! Look at that. Just like I'm doing that is we don't have good cell phone plans out here in Canada. By connecting to stuff like this, it just takes a lot. Carol, good question, Carol. I'm gonna bring you guys a bit closer here. Carol asked me, do I do other nomad jobs or is it just YouTube? So YouTube is my 100% income. I make all of my money here producing videos. Some people have asked me before, would I prefer YouTube full-time or getting a regular job? So YouTube full-time has got to be the greatest thing in the world. But the problem with YouTube producing as many videos as we do is this job is on all the time, 7 days a week. The only time I ever get to shut it off is when I sleep. Like this morning, I may not have edited and produced a video today, but I spent all morning long producing a video for another day. So yeah, I think when it comes to producing YouTube stuff and working online, you gotta grind just as hard as you would to build this business as you would any other business you're trying to build. But it took me years. It took me quite a long time on YouTube producing every single day before I started to earn enough income that this became something that I can do full time and to support my lifestyle, support my travel, my van upgrades and everything else. But yeah, 100% of my income. I do once in a while edit a video for somebody else. Like a friend of mine was doing videos for their YouTube channel. So I did some video editing and some filming for them, but that stuff is pretty rare. I'm really just too busy producing content here for you guys that doing stuff elsewhere is just, it gets in the way. And I'd rather get up and make a video for you guys than I would rather waking up and filming a project for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I might be able to go film somebody else's company and make $1,000 for a few hours worth of work doing some videoing and some editing, or I could wake up and produce a video for YouTube and make $100 and travel and go have some fun. I'd rather do that. I don't know why, but I'd rather do that. Sorry, someone just popped on my chat. Chrome, can you give a shout out to QPR Forever's mom? She enjoys your videos. QPR Forever's mom. Hi, how are you? Glad you're liking our videos. Sorry, I missed this because they go by so fast, and I talk a lot, so I miss everybody's comments because I babble way too freaking much. QPR, I missed a super chat. What? I missed a super chat? What do you mean I missed a super chat? Where is it here? Oh, QPR, I missed that one. Thank you so much for the super chat. Could you please give a shout out give my mom a shout out? She has dementia and really enjoys your videos, and it helps a lot. QPR, so awesome. And I love hearing those stories when someone's like, I've had some military people message me saying your videos bring me up a little bit every day, and I appreciate them in my nasty situation. But hi, QPR's mom, super rad. Terra Nova, thanks for the super chat. I used the Chinese version in my camper, spent my entire Winnipeg winter using it, and it was fantastic. Not sure long term, but so far so good. It was $25 a week in fuel and minus 30-degree winter. So if you don't know Manitoba, Canada is like winter. It's what everybody in the USA pictures Canada to be, like a frozen tundra forever. That's Manitoba. Flat and cold. I like Manitoba. I got friends that are out there. What's up, bros? Yeah, so like that. So like the point on the diesel heater is like I know people that have them and really enjoy them. I've chosen against additional reasons because that feeling in your stomach, always trust it, no matter what it is. That feeling in your stomach is usually right for you in your situation. And when it comes to me upgrading my heater from propane to a dry air one, was okay. Do I go with the cheap China heater, or do I go with something trustable and reliable that's been around for a long time and has a good proven track record? And that's why I chose a different one. We'll talk about the one I chose in the video. I don't want to dive into too much stuff that's going to be in a video in a couple weeks anyway. So we'll dive into those things when those videos happen, because that's one of the things I'm getting installed here while I'm out at Ray Outfitted is a good dry heater, which means we can drive into some cold stuff this winter and not worry about that added moisture. Propane adds a ton of moisture to your van, and this year it's gone. Oh, guys, I'm starving. We've been doing 100 minutes right now on this thing. What kind of mattress do I have? Believe it or not, I have a mattress from Canadian Tire. It's just a foam camping mattress, and the Canadian Tire is called a double wide camping mattress. It's 72 inches by 48 inches, which is the exact dimensions of my bed. And it just fit. It's a perfect 6 feet long, 4 feet wide, and it's not your conventional mattress sizes. So that's all I have. It's just a cheap piece of foam. It was 65 bucks. Meant to throw in your tent, I'm guessing. And then I went to Costco and bought a 4-inch piece of memory foam, which I cut to fit. And that's really it. Those things have been in my van now for 3 years. I've never changed my mattresses since the day I moved into my van, and they just work. And I'm a heavy dude. I'm like 240 pounds, and those mattresses have done me really well. Uh-oh, someone's giving me heck. I'm in trouble. What's wrong, buddy? What's wrong? What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? What's wrong? What do you want? Crazy, what do you want? What do you want? You want something? Oh, you guys can't see him. Sorry. What's wrong, bro? What's wrong? What? 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 If you're gonna bark, come out here. Hang out with us. No? Silly puppy. He's like, Dad, give me some attention. Then when you give him some attention, he doesn't. He's like, Dad, leave me alone. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Oh, guys. So we're gonna lie down for a minute because I don't know if you know, but I hurt my back a while ago. Whew. Oh. Oh. Oh, it feels good. I hurt my back not long after I got here at Ray Outfitted picking up an empty cardboard box. And it's taken me about a week for it to get back to be moving again. It's the getting old thing. It just kind of happens. Hey, Spaz. I should have called you Spaz. What? What do you want? You want to be a part of this? Then don't touch me. Cruzy, don't. Really? You're just going to chew on me? What do you want? What do you want? You want your ball? Hold on, guys. We have to go entertain this puppy before he loses his mind. Stop chewing on me. Okay. Hold on. We're going to take them for a ride. We're going to take you guys with us. It's my chair and his ball. Cruzy. Cruzy. Cruz. Cruzy. What's this? Little bugger can run. Have you guys ever seen CRUZ run before? Hey, buddy. Watch him jiggle. His jiggling is so funny. Now he plays the game like you can't have my ball. CRUZ, give me the ball. Come on, give me the ball. What are you doing, Madison?
I'm building a website.
Are you working on, how do you get in this thing?
Want some stickers?
You guys want to buy some stickers? We got lots of cool ones. It's missing one.
Which one's missing?
What's up, weirdos?
I don't have any of those.
Yes, you do.
I'll go looking.
I think you do. Hope you do. What are you doing?
Building a website.
Look at that. Fancy schmancy.
If I say you can go to a homepage. Yeah. So we got our first sticker packs on here. It'll let me get out of it. So we're starting with all the links. We'll make it prettier, but all the links everyone has a hard time finding. And then the ability to actually shop on a website rather than send through PayPal.
Sweet.
So I'd be able to pick from the mystery packs and we'll have each sticker listed as well.
Cool. Goodbye. Came over here to play with CRUZ, but then I seen you working. I thought we'd bother you. Check this thing out. Where'd you guys get this? A dollar store?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Amazon.
Look at this thing. It's like just weirdly, they got from Amazon in the States.
Yeah.
It just like
Yeah, there's magnets.
weirdly just snaps together and it goes all the way down. Bonk.
And so we use Velcro at the top and the sides to attach it. But on this side, we used all magnets because when it's rainy, you really want your bug net out of the way. So we have it so you can roll it up and put it out of the way.
Ah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I've seen these, and a lot of vans have these.
Oh, it was like by far the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
It's all magnets down there.
Yep.
Cool. Sweet. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
CRUZ. CRUZ left his ball. CRUZy. CRUZy, you want to play ball? Hey, come play with us, buddy. That's CRUZ's game. Takes the ball, hides under the van because he knows I can't reach it. That's hilarious. Come on, buddy. People want to hang out. You don't want to hang out? He has no interest. All right, you guys. I've missed everybody in my comments. Oh, I think we're done, man. It's been like 110 minutes on here. Whew, that's a big live stream. That's a long one. All right, guys, I'm going to skip through some of these last questions, but this is going to be the end of the live stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And I'm going to skip through a few of them here and answer some last final questions before we leave. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate all your time, especially on a Sunday when you guys could be hanging out at the beach somewhere. You choose to sit here and watch me on this little baby screen. So I'm just going to skip through, answer a few last ones, and then we're out of here. Yeah, the screens in their van. Hold on, I'm gonna move you guys back a bit. The computer set up in their van because like she works online a lot and they needed a full complete setup. I wish I had this space in my van to have an editing desk like that. That would be an absolute dream for me. But I edit right here on this little computer. This little 13-inch MacBook is what I do all my video editing on, my live streams, all my online work. And for someone who works online full time, to have a screen that large would be downright epic. That white Sprinter van you guys seen in there, John Yukon Van on Instagram. When we do John's van tour, it's incredible. Just like the screen, the setup, the multiple different desk options he has. It's pretty damn amazing. So we'll be doing that van tour once his van is fully completed, hopefully in the next month sometime. I'm excited for that van tour, actually. It's going to be super fun. But yeah, go follow him on Instagram. It's Yukon Van. Good dude. And a damn good chef, by the way. Makes a good coffee too in the morning too. All right. Hi from Winnipeg. I like my Winnipeg people. Winnipeg's a pretty rad place. My buddy Ed that you've seen in my videos, you'll probably be seeing him again on my way back too. I'll be at his place again on the way back. Okay guys, we're done. I'm sick of looking at screens. I've been staring at my phone all day, making a video all day, and now we've been live streaming now for 111 minutes. But yeah guys, do me a favor. I know it doesn't work on this video. That won't work on the, actually it'll work. So after this live stream is posted live, do me a favor, comment on the actual video itself with any questions that you guys might have for great video topics you'd love to see me cover, because I have so many video projects coming up and sometimes I forget about making projects about you guys' questions. So if you have some video ideas, wait for this to be posted live on YouTube and then write them in the comments there. I will also go back through the live stream here and scan through everybody again. I did that on my last live stream where I'm starting to write down everybody's questions for a Q&A video down the line. Because I do feel bad on live streams that we don't always answer every single person. I wish it was possible, but it's just not. CRUZ, you say goodbye? No? Come on, bud. He has no interest. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. We're gonna go. I'm tired now. Night, night. Night, everybody. See you. Bye. We're gonna go to sleep. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your beer, your wine, your tequila, whatever you're drinking. All right. Last thing you want to watch.